afternoon and welcome to the Multicultural Media Online Conference hosted by the New South Wales Multicultural Health Communications Service, New South Wales Ministry of Health, supported by Multicultural New South Wales. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Jesusa Helaratne, Deputy Director of the Multicultural Health Communications Service. And today, we are very excited as we're going to be talking about Multicultural Health Week. This week is Multicultural Health Week from the 1st to the 7th of September, and it's an annual event held since 2009, which aims to raise awareness of the health needs of culturally and linguistically diverse communities and promote access to health information and programs and services. And we're excited because the theme this year is healthy aging, with the tagline, older people are the heart of family and community. And we really encourage everyone to play a part to support older people in their communities. And today we have special guests joining us. We have the Director of New South Wales Multicultural Health Communications Service, Lisa Woodland. She's also the Director of Prevention, Equity and Prevention Service at Southeastern Sydney Local Health District. Lisa, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jess.
And we also have Liz Munn. She is the Director of Population Health and Policy and Engagement from the Centre for Population Health at the Ministry of Health. Liz, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
And we have with us Amir Salem, OAM. He's one of our multicultural health ambassadors and plays a lot of roles in the community, but we're so pleased to have him. Amir, thank you for joining us.
No, pleasure.
Thank you. But before we start, we'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land from which we are all meeting from today. We pay respects to elders past and present and acknowledge traditional and colleagues, Aboriginal colleagues who are joining us today. We also pay respect to multicultural and refugee communities who are represented in this session. We will talk about healthy aging, including translated information and resources and services and programs, and share personal stories from our guests. So we're ready to start and begin. What is Multicultural Health Week? Lisa, we started the launch in the 1st of September, and it is very exciting because there are a lot of activities happening.
Yeah, look, it's a very exciting week for us. I'm very proud to say that we're celebrating our 16th year of Multicultural Health Week. We're all aware that we are an ageing population and that the years that are spent in good health are very precious. We're also aware that there's a high prevalence of chronic illness and cancer in multicultural communities, which is why it's so very important for us to have these conversations and focus on this theme for Multicultural Health Week, about supporting older people from multicultural communities to be healthy and active and socially connected, and to really, as you say, Jess, to keep them at the heart of our families and communities. We know that older people are very valued members of our families, our communities, and our society in general. And we can all support people to overcome language barriers and cultural barriers when accessing programs and services. And we all have a role in motivating and supporting people to be active, healthy, and socially connected. And this becomes even more important when older people experience times of injury or illness, or experience times of pain. It's a really important moment to redouble our efforts to make sure that people do in fact, experience more years in good health. And we know that small changes can make a big difference. So making and enjoying a meal together, having a walk, or encouraging older people to visit their GP. We know that GPs are so very important in protecting and promoting people's health and engaging in cancer screening as well. So all very important messages for us to take forward this year.
Thank you, Lisa. And there are a lot of messages for older people. What are the key messages that we have featured for the week? And why is it that we chose those key messages?
Yeah, look, healthy aging is a very big topic. And what we do each year is we hold a scoping workshop with multicultural health services and also health professionals to really think about what are the critical messages that we want to deliver to culturally and linguistically diverse communities. And this year we've identified some really important things to focus on. Physical activity, falls prevention, healthy eating, maintaining strong social connections, and also cancer screening. And we have the privilege at Multicultural Health Communication Service to coordinate our Multicultural Health Week each year, but we really couldn't do it without the excellent and strong support of all of our partners. So Health and Social Policy Branch, Centre for Population Health, here at the Ministry, and Cancer Institute New South Wales, really coming together and working as a collective, but also doing that in partnership with our community representatives and community ambassadors really makes a very big difference.
It does. And Liz, your team, Centre for Population Health, and we've been partners for Multicultural Health Week for our third year now, and it's really exciting. Your team does a lot of work for health, aging and resources. There is a website. How important are these messages that we're delivering for Multicultural Health Week as part of the work that you do?
They're really critical to all of us being healthy and active and living our best lives for as long as we can in good health. And in New South Wales, we have a 10-year healthy eating, active living strategy that has a really important focus on healthy ageing for all. And we know for people over 65, just moving more every day, and that really means the opportunity to live longer in better health, to look after your brain health, keep your brain healthy, and also to help you be independent. So that's a really important factor with activity. And it's really important to have that social connectedness with your friends and your family and do that activity together. It's super important for mental health. So that really is the basis of it. But it's also really important for falls as people are ageing. We know that 1 in 3 people over 65 are impacted by falls, and it's the biggest cause in this age group for people having hospital admissions. So it can be really disturbing to how you're living your life when those things happen. So falls prevention is really important as well. Eating well and drinking enough water, they're important messages as well to help us all to function for just better life in general. But we know it's not always easy to know how to get started when you're thinking about making some changes. It can feel really daunting and like you've got to make a really big change. So we've got some services and supports that can help people to do that in an easy and gradual way, and really focusing on the things that you'd like to do. So the Get Healthy service is a free phone and online coaching service which can provide you with personalised support to be able to meet your goals, whatever they are, whether it's just moving a little more or whether it's, doing something with your food and your family. But whatever you decide is what you want to focus on, the coach can help you do that. And that could just be as easy as just starting a little bit more exercise and building up gradually. And this year we've introduced a range of new supports for people around healthy ageing in that program. So there's a lot of support there on nutrition, physical activity and so forth to help people be healthy longer. And being socially connected is a really important part of being active. And we've also got a service called the Active and Healthy Directory, where you can go online, you can look up whatever it is that you're interested in your own location. It shows you free and low-cost services that where you can join in activities and so forth in your community. So that is really another part of the it's that social connectedness that's really important.
Yeah, and we'll be talking to Amir later about all this. And Lisa, just a question about the important areas to address healthy aging. We know that older people from all backgrounds face extra challenges, and how do we address this?
So I spoke a little bit before about motivating and supporting. I think that motivation is really important, and we know that there are some fantastic services, and Liz has just outlined some of those. And I think that what we can do is overcome some of those language barriers and help people get connected to services. And I feel that once we can make that effort with our loved ones to get them into accessing resources, accessing services, then they really benefit. It's that first step that's really hard, and that's where we can all make a really, really big difference. And we know that people from multicultural backgrounds come from all different types of health services across the world. And so helping people understand our health service and making those connections with people, I think makes a difference as well.
And we have community ambassadors that we've identified to help. Yes.
Yeah. And look, I think we have Amir here with us, and we'll see a little video and hear from you shortly. But I think the really beautiful thing about the community ambassadors is that by sharing their personal stories, we're really showing what healthy aging looks like in practice. It's not just a theoretical thing. We've got some people who are really able to role model that for community. And so it might be a good time now to go to a video to see our community ambassadors.
Yes, let's watch this video now.
Health is a treasure.
We have to age healthily.
You have to keep active. Να είσαι πολύ απεισχολημένος. Και αυτό νομίζω είναι η καλύτερη τροφή.
My name is Janie Tam. I'm over 60s of my age, yeah. I'm the mother of 3 children. 2AC Radio is a Chinese radio station, and I'm being, as my position, I'm very active with the community. So I don't really have time to think about my age, you know.
My name is Dimitromachos. I'm 76 years old. Το Ελληνικό Κέντρο Προνοίας είναι ένας οργανισμός ο οποίος είναι 50 χρόνια φέτος και προσφέρει ένα μεγάλο έργο στην παροικία και είμαι πολύ τυχερή που βρίσκομαι στο Ελληνικό Κέντρο Προνοίας για πάρα πολλά χρόνια. Όταν ήμουν σε μια πιο νεαρά ηλικία, 32 ετών, έχασα το σύζυγο και έμεινα με 4 παιδιά. Τα 4 παιδιά ήταν πάρα πολύ μικρά και ασχολήθηκα πάρα πολύ και με το community και στο συνάνθρωπο. Το έργο αυτό μου έκανε πολύ μεγάλη, μου έδωσε μεγάλη δύναμη να συνεχίσω και να υπηρετώ μέχρι σήμερα.
I'm Maria Perello and I'm 77 years old. I was born in Cerami, Provincia di Enna, in Sicilia. I came to Australia in 1953. I have 2 grandchildren. One's 5 and the other one is a 3-year-old. And so one day a week, they stay with us, they have something to eat. They really like that. At my age, I'm becoming very much aware of my health because there's still things I would like to do. In terms of healthy eating, you have to be consistent, and sometimes you get very busy and you'll feed the children, but you won't feed yourself. So I think that if you don't eat well, you're missing out on the things that keeps us going.
My name is Amir Salem, and my age is 82 years old. I have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. I have a very good partner, my wife, and I was active long time, all my life. When I was young, I was a basketball player. I'm trying to keep myself fit, but at one stage I fall down, and it was really a big hit. I went to the hospital, they checked me, and they recommended to be a gym. After a couple of weeks, I feel you know, my muscle strong for that.
Health is very important in our life. I didn't really think it's so important unless one day I fell down on the street and I realized, oh, something get wrong. That's why I do go to the GP every once in a year at least. Even though you are healthy, but you don't know the development of your health, so regular checkup is very important because it can stop the things getting worse. Prevention is always good than cure. So if you really have something get wrong, then you can fix it as soon as you can and can have a good life. Yeah.
My daughters also say, Dad, we want to keep you to see your granddaughter getting married. So for that, they say, all right, I'll do my best.
I look forward to seeing the grandchildren grow. They're wonderful to be around. Yeah, that's what I look forward to.
Σε πιο προχωρημένη ηλικία και από τη δική μου, κοιτάζω να είμαι πάρα πολύ απεισχολημένη και αυτό βοηθάει πάρα πολύ. Για μένα είναι αυτό που με κρατάει πολύ δυνατή. Είναι πολύ σημαντικό. Κάτι χάπια στο σπίτι. Η αγάπη και οι δραστηριότητες. Και αυτό είναι που μου δίνει μεγάλο κουράγιο να αισθάνομαι πολύ δυνατή.
It's really inspiring. It actually shows you just how important it is to follow those messages. And Amir, we did all the videos and we saw you. And how was this experience? Thank you so much for being an ambassador for Multicultural Health Week. But tell us about how this Multicultural Health Week and this experience is for you.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's actually, I'm really honored to be selected as Multicultural Health Ambassador for this year. And that was a big surprise for me. I didn't expect that at all. Anyhow, I'm originally from Egypt and came to Australia a long time ago. Since I arrived, I get myself involved in the community and get more education to get my job or get my qualification recognized. I did all the best to be more or less like citizen, justice, a good citizen. And what is the? I mean, just after and in my working in TIF, I get involved with the different community, ethnic community groups and different things, and then I get to understand the diversity and understand the culture and other things. So this is more or less get me involved in the community and encourage me to keep active in the way. So I'm also glad to be considered that my experience as a role model. And that's an honor for me. I didn't work for that, but it is good to see that at least I had a good example to offer. By the way, what was not on the interview, which I forget to mention, that also I don't smoke, I don't drink, and also I don't gamble as well. So I'm really getting the good foundation of being healthy. And for that, as I said, I'm having also a supporting wife and supporting family, so it's good big things. That's the thing. As we mentioned in the, I think I'm 82 years old, and people think that I'm 70, 72 or something. So I keep nodding yes, it's okay. for that, it's anyhow. It was also fun and good experience to meet with the fellow ambassadors. They all have interesting stories to tell, and they're all role models, and they should be also promoted widely to the community, regardless of which cultural background it is. Yeah. Every model can be respected and understood by the other community groups in a way. For that, this is the situation, and I do encourage also all the people to try to live healthy as much as possible, as good as possible. And enjoy, I want to say, and having been in different countries, the health system in Australia is one of the best. And if we don't use it, we lose it. So we are very privileged people to be in a community, in a country which provide very good and comprehensive health service. And that's why I want to encourage my peer from the older generation really to use it and make use of it. That's a really great idea. And also keep visiting your GP, get advice on healthy eating, and get engaged in the community and physical experience. All of that really will make your life much easier and pleasure to enjoy it and enjoy with your family.
And your daughter did say.
And my daughter did say that I have to keep myself alive until my my granddaughter get married and say, okay, I do my best.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy.
That's amazing, Amir. So thank you. We really, I think that beautiful story, what you shared, there are resources. That's one video with 4 minutes with the 4 ambassadors, but there's also a video of Amir and his story, and Dimitra and Janie and Maria with different stories. So the videos are available on the website, which you can see in the chat. If you have any questions for Lisa, for Liz, and also for Amir, please put them on the chat and we'll try to answer them for you. But Liz, it's really important for older people to stay active and healthy, just like Amir and all the other ambassadors. And this is what you're doing in the work with Center for Population Health and delivering these important tips and advice with the resources.
Yes, and Amir, that's a great example that you're setting there. So we should be aiming for around 30 minutes of moderate physical activity on most days of the week. Every day if you can do it, but most days is the recommendation. And that could be just going for a bit of a brisk walk. It could be, you know, if you're a swimmer, it could be getting in the pool and doing a little bit of swimming. Water aerobics, those sorts of things, classes are quite popular, or even just things around your own home in terms of home maintenance, so some gardening, or maybe it's your turn to do the vacuuming this week. So, you know, all of those things, you know, contribute to the physical activity that you're doing in the day. And the thing to do over the week is to try and mix up the kinds of physical activity you're doing, because it really, different kinds of physical activity have different sorts of benefits. So things like strength exercises, which again sounds scary. We're not going out lifting heavy weights, but
We saw Amir do it.
that's true. Amir had worked his way up to lifting some weights, but you know, it could just be carrying some hand weights with you when you're going on a walk. You could be using a resistance band if you're doing a few exercises just in your home. That's very portable. Or maybe you're just using your body weight and doing some squats or doing some wall push-ups or something like that. So that kind of exercise is really important, strength exercise. Also flexibility, getting some of that into your routine. So things like yoga or Tai Chi just help to maintain your balance and your flexibility. So they're really important for things like reducing stiffness when you're older. When you're younger too. And also then balance activities. So things like, you know, being able to stand on one leg, or, you know, doing some heel to toe walking. All of these sorts of balance activities really help to improve your stability and reduce your falls risk. So that's really important as you start to get older. And I think the other thing to be thinking about is to avoid sitting for long periods. So, you know, make sure that you stand up, you stretch, you do a little walk around regularly. So when you're on the phone or if you're watching TV, you know, try and just sort of not be in the one spot sitting for long periods of time. Really take those breaks in that period. So staying active and healthy really does help us to stay independent as we age. It improves our balance, it improves our strength. It can help us to prevent falls. So we've got strong bones and muscles, and we can maintain our energy levels and concentration, our mood and well-being, and help us to enjoy and join in with our family as they grow, as Amir has said.
Yeah, and Amir, you mentioned that you get up early.
Yeah.
Just because it's important to have that rhythm, right?
Yes, it's also to get early and try to push yourself out of the house, which is really an important, particularly for older people, because once you relax and you say, okay, later, and that's it, the day will gone and you lose it. But also early in the morning, you get fresh. Some exercises, we still really, it's good when you come back, you have a shower after that and enjoy. You feel yourself relax and enjoy, and that make a good rhythm for the day, and then you can enjoy the rest of the day in doing anything you like.
Thank you, Amir. Lisa, you know, Equity and Prevention Service, you priority populations. How important are these messages, and noting that there are a lot of barriers, as you mentioned earlier, and how, as a community and the people watching and health workers and the media, what is it that we need to just remember in promoting these?
Yeah, look, I think one of the other things that we often hear when we talk with communities is that We know that old people have often made great sacrifices to come to Australia. They've worked very, very hard to have their qualifications recognised, to bring their family up and give their family the best possible opportunities here in Australia. And sometimes there's an idea that they've done the hard work, they've done so much for us, it's our time to care for them. And sometimes that care looks like, you have a rest, you sit down, we'll do this and then we'll come back. And I think it's really important to remember that the best way to care for people is really to encourage them to be involved, and to do that walk after dinner or after lunch, to go to the park, all of those simple things, and really know that by encouraging them to be physically active, that really we're supporting their best health into the future, and for people to have more opportunities to do the things that they love. And we've heard so much about family and connections and looking forward to weddings and watching grandchildren growing up, and really that's the motivation, and we just need to continue to support people around that. And I mentioned that we also have a role in helping older people connect with information and services. And I just want to say that the Centre for Population Health has made a huge investment by translating 18 resources, health-related resources, into community languages. And it's an enormous investment, and it's a great opportunity, and it really does make a very big difference to communities. So if we can help people navigate and maybe sit with people and talk through those resources, again, we're just reinforcing those messages of connection, but also really important guidance around the best health for the future.
Yeah, I wanted to also say that there are resources for Multicultural Health Week in 40 languages, so please share them during the week. And thank you, Liz, for all the work in promoting and also investing in translating those resources. I was in corridor talks today, and we were talking about what is it that when you know, then you fall, or what is a fall, or when you fell, or how do you, I think sometimes you fall down, but then even at a different age, it doesn't matter. I've fallen as well. And you think that it can happen to everyone and anyone. And in the work that you do, there is that falls prevention and resources that's available to ensure that we address this.
Yes, so falls prevention is really important, and you can access those resources on the Active and Healthy directory, and also on the Get Healthy service, to really help you be able to understand what you need to do to best prepare yourself and your environment to be able to not have those falls. But you're right, it can happen to anyone, and kind of every step we take is balanced on the edge of balance, and we don't always realise how close we are to a fall until it happens, and it can really knock our confidence about as well. So that making sure that is a is a positive sort of ageing experience without those sort of falls that can be quite devastating, and we know how common they are in this older age group.
And there is that Get Healthy service. You mentioned how important that is for people.
Yes, so if you're interested in sort of working with a coach to understand how, what you might be able to do to make your environment a bit safer for falls, and also to work on your physical activity and your balance and your strength, then as well as healthy eating and other healthy lifestyle behaviours, then the Get Healthy service can provide you with a coach. You get 10 phone or video calls with your coach, up to 10, and you can really work through with them what works for you and what you're interested in trying to support yourself with. So the coach will really help you. And those coaches are all qualified people. They're dietitians, they're exercise physiologists, they're nurses. So they're really well qualified to give you good advice and to help you, do the best for yourself.
Well, we saw Amir going to a gym and early in the morning, and people were supporting him, but you were also doing it yourself. So it is really important that you're able to get support around you, isn't it?
Exactly. And I would actually encourage my generation really to be active and join the local gym. There's a lot of diverse exercises which fit everyone. Part of them, one of the things for fall prevention or balance, there is a rubber block. You train to walk on it easily to make sure to get the balance right. But the training, you will be in a different situation. You can maintain your balance. So that's why I really encourage people to really visit gyms and try to get the best of the trainers and supervisors, and they're all helpful and for that.
Yeah, and also just start with a walk, isn't it? Even just an early morning walk. So it is, we've run out of time, but it has been really insightful, all the information that we've shared. I just wanted to ask Liz, Lisa, and Amir for any last messages that you want to share to the community, to the workers, and everyone else. Amir, we'll start with you.
May I say it's a proposal or an idea is because all the people will not go alone by themselves. They need to have encouraged. And I think the best way the message go to the community workers and leaders and other things in a continuous way, and give them responsibility to pass the message and encourage all the people from their community or their organization to follow the healthy aging guidelines and other things. So this is really important because I didn't know. I was reluctant to go to the gym or whatever until my daughter said, "Dad, it is time you to go to the gym," and then I went to the gym. So it is more or less people
Around
particular in your age, in my age, they need a little bit of push, encouragement, and so on. So I hope that the community provide that through the community resources or community centers or other opinion. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amir, for being our champion and also for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Lisa, and that's the reason why we have all these resources from Multicultural Health Week.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think I would just add that, healthy aging is something to really celebrate. We know there are things that we can do to keep ourselves healthy and active and socially connected. You talked about a push, I'd like to talk about a pull, like bring someone with you, someone from your family who's of an older generation. Take them with you to the gym.
Exactly.
Don't push me, pull you, that's okay. I think it is about that support.
Yes.
And sometimes it's into something that's unfamiliar, which might be the Get Healthy service, but there's something also you can do. You can sit in on the first session with someone. So I think there's so much that we can do, and it is really important that we have that very celebratory approach to healthy aging.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
And Liz.
I think I'd just add that to start small, we know that small changes make a big difference, and that in fact the people who benefit the most from physical activity are the people who are currently doing the least. So if you're not very active, just think about 5 minutes of going for a bit more of a walk or a bit further than you would have otherwise gone. If you're going to start a new activity though, do check with your doctor before you start some bold new campaign in the gym as Amir did. And to really, check out the Active and Healthy Directory website as well. We've got the Get Healthy service has bilingual coaches, and as Lisa has said, a lot of the resources are translated into community language. There's free, there's online, there's all sorts of different approaches for whatever suits you. So you don't have to go out and start doing something outside. You can start small and start slow.
Thank you so much. Liz, Lisa, Amir, thank you so much for joining us. And to everyone who's joined us online, thank you for your support. And it is Multicultural Health Week. Share the messages, all the resources. Healthy aging, older people are the heart of family and community. And we really support this message. And we hope that you take care and start small and make that change. Have a great day.